Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Bold and the Beautiful Thursday, November 13th recap. Liam interrupts Katie and Bill will confronts trespasser. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B recap for Thursday, November 13th, reveals that Liam Spencer Scott Clifton interrupted Katie Logan Heather Tom and Bill Spencer S. Don Diamond Passion while Will Spencer Crew Morrow confronted a trespasser. At Spencer Publications, Liam walked in on Katie sharing some sizzling moments with Bill as she sat in his lap. After Liam learned Bill and Katie were back together, he was thrilled over that news. Liam also got updates on Will moving in the beach house, so he seemed a little uneasy due to all the Luna Nozawa Lisa Yamada horror that happened there. However, Rachel Riley from the Bikini Bar was into energy cleansing now and had done a smudging at the beach house to reset things. Bill had hired a crime scene cleanup crew as well, so the Spencers felt good about all that. As for Rachel, she popped in the office briefly. Since Bill agreed to have his office undergo some sage burning, Rachel said she'd come back tomorrow during the time she had available. Later, Bill remained in a state of bliss over his Katie reunion and talked about her being his moral compass. The conversation shifted to Luna, so Katie wished she'd disappear so she could never hurt Will again. At the beach house on Thursday's B&B episode, Will and Elektra talked about putting everything Luna had done there behind them. Elektra and Will wanted to make wonderful new memories, so they gushed over how much fun they'd have. After a surfer dude appeared outside and helped himself to the outside shower, Will barked about it being private property and got rid of him. Elektra and Will got their private welcome home party back on track soon after. Will and Elektra canoodled as they focused on their bright future, but tearful Luna had other plans behind bars. Since Luna didn't want Elektra to make Will forget about her, she was determined to get out of prison before it was too late. After a laundry cart rolled by, it looked like the wheels were turning for Luna regarding her escape plan. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Will and Elektra have some unpleasant surprises in store thanks to Luna, so don't miss all the curveballs. Thursday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful unfolded like a slow-building storm crackling with unresolved tension, startling confrontations, and the unmistakable sense that old patterns could easily snap back into place if the wrong person said the right dangerous words. At the center of the drama was Bill Spencer, a man who has built an empire, burned relationships to ash, and somehow still manages to rise from the flames with that familiar Spencer swagger. But today, the fire came from someone much closer to home. Katie and Bill revisit old territory. Katie Logan had only intended to stop by Spencer Publications for a quick, polite conversation, nothing heavy, nothing binding. Just two former lovers, two parents of a young man growing faster than either can keep up with, touching base. A calm check-in. A moment of civility. But Bill Spencer turns even small moments into seismic ones. Their meeting began innocently enough. Katie was composed yet thoughtful, wearing that soft smile she reserves for people she has forgiven but never fully forgotten. Bill greeted her with an ease that hinted he had been hoping she'd come by. And when Bill hopes for something, the universe usually finds a way to tilt in his direction. He started by asking about Will, how he's adjusting to his new schedule, his new independence, his new teenage bravado. Katie responded warmly, clearly proud yet slightly overwhelmed by how quickly their son was growing. But soon, the air shifted. Conversations about children tend to be the gateway to conversations about them, and Bill, still that relentless strategist, steered it exactly where he wanted. He spoke about family, about legacy, about how grateful he is that Katie has always been the one person who can call him out while still seeing something redeemable in him. His eyes softened, and for a fleeting moment, Katie was reminded of the man she once believed she could build a lifetime with. That's when he walked in. Liam interrupts just as things get personal. Liam Spencer, who never seems to show up at the right time for anyone including himself, burst through Bill's office door with a frantic agenda only to skid to a halt at the sight of his father and Katie sitting far closer together than expected. The interruption shattered whatever delicate moment had been building between the former spouses. Liam immediately launched into a rambling, semi-apologetic explanation about why he had to talk to Bill right now. He wasn't agitated in the way he often is about Hope or Steffi. Instead, this was Spencer business, a topic Liam insists he doesn't want to be involved in, except for the moments when he absolutely does. Bill, visibly annoyed but pretending not to be, rose from his seat. Katie excused herself politely, though the look she shot Liam on her way out was unmistakable. You just disrupted something you don't understand. Once alone, Liam tried to regroup, but Bill wasn't having it. He asked bluntly why Liam felt the need to barge in. And Liam, being Liam, wavered between guilt, anxiety, and frustration. But one thing was clear, Liam had sensed a shift in the energy between Bill and Katie, and just because it wasn't his business didn't mean he wasn't going to blurt out his opinion at the worst possible moment. Bill reminded his son that he and Katie share a history that doesn't vanish simply because they've moved forward with separate lives. Liam agreed but looked unconvinced. He's seen enough resurrected romances in his family to know that history is often just the first spark before the bonfire. At the Logan home, Will takes charge. Over at Katie's place, another Spencer man was wrestling with his own instincts. Will Spencer returned home earlier than expected, juggling a backpack, an air of independence, and the not-so-subtle ego of someone who believes he's ready to run his own world. Katie had told him she would be out for a bit but didn't mention she'd be seeing Bill. Will didn't question it, at least not at first. He tossed his things on the couch, grabbed a snack, and settled into what he assumed would be a quiet evening. That's when he heard the noise. A soft creak near the back door, a sound that didn't belong. Will froze. He isn't a little kid anymore. He's grown up watching his father command boardrooms and demolish enemies with a single glare. And some part of that energy, that spine of steel, lives in him too. He followed the sound cautiously. When he stepped into the hallway, he caught sight of a shadow near the patio entrance. Someone was inside the house. Will's heart pounded, but he didn't panic. Instead, he squared his shoulders and stepped forward. The intruder, a figure dressed in dark clothes, turned sharply, startled by the teen standing boldly between them and any hope of a clean exit. "Who are you?" Will demanded, his voice steady despite the thudding in his chest. "You don't belong here." The trespasser hesitated, clearly not expecting anyone to be home, let alone someone who would confront them without fear. For a moment, time suspended. The room felt too quiet, the air too tight. Will's mind raced. Should he run, call 911, call his parents? But the instinct that rose strongest was pure Spencer defiance. "You need to leave," he insisted, louder now, every syllable sharp. The intruder muttered something unintelligible, backing toward the door. Will didn't move, didn't blink, didn't give them an opening. Eventually, the intruder slipped out the way they came, swift, silent, but far from forgotten. Only once the door clicked shut did Will's breath finally rush out in a shaky exhale. He locked the door, checked the windows, and then grabbed his phone with trembling fingers to call Katie. The fallout begins. When Katie arrived home minutes later, Bill and Liam still tangled in their emotional debate miles away, she found Will pacing the living room, adrenaline buzzing off him in waves. He told her everything. Katie's face drained of color. Her first instinct was fear, but right behind it came fury. Someone had trespassed. Someone had been inside her home. And her son had faced them alone. She immediately called Bill. Bill left Liam mid-sentence when he heard the panic in Katie's voice. His authoritative tone kicked in instantly, promising he'd be there within minutes, demanding details, already strategizing responses. Liam watched as his father's protective instincts surged to the forefront. This wasn't he, the ruthless businessman or the man flirting with rekindled romance. This was a father, a guardian, a force. Today, the Spencer clan had been shaken on multiple fronts. And this was only the beginning.